Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the Masterclass channel. So in this class, we will learn to properties of LTI system. So to follow this lecture, you should have some basic knowledge of LTI system and linearity, time invariant, superposition principles, convolution sum, integral, then impulse response, then Z transform, Laplace transform. Okay. In previous video, we have posted about LTS system, different types of LTS system, and convolution integral, how you obtain the convolution integral expression, and properties of LTI system. Today we will learn to more detail about the properties of LTI system. Okay. So in this slide we have the different types of properties. First one is commutative property, distributive property, associative property, LTI system with memory and without memory, invertibility of LTI system, causality of LTI system, stability of LTI system, unit step response of an LTI system. Okay, so let us see one by one. So first, commutative property. Okay, so here commutative property of LTI system. So you all know that X of commutative property means A star B, which is equal to B star A. Isn't it? I'll take the pen. A star B, which is equal to B star A. Right. So this is, if it satisfies this condition, we call it as commutative property. So look at the expression here. So here both convolution integral for continuous time LTI system and convolution sum of for discrete time LTI system. Look at the expression. So for continuous time means here convolution integral, for discrete time convolution sum. Okay, as I said previous video, continuous time means you take down the integration term. Discrete means you have to take the summation terms. Okay, so now both are commutative property, both proper system which obey the commutative property. Okay, for continuous time LTI system, the commutative property is given as, okay, so output y of t which is equal to x of t star h of t. You know the definition of convolution, x of t star h of t. So in terms of integration, you have to write out integral of x of t. So now it became x of tau, h of t minus tau. Keep it as actual, then delayed. Okay, integral portion of these two. Right, now here with respect to tau, so our tau ranges is start from minus infinity to plus infinity. So with respect to tau, so we put differentiation of tau, d tau. So this is the definition of convolution integral for continuous time LTI system. Okay, now I just change the two terms, reverse order, h of t star x of t. Okay, because commutative property is what? A star B which is equal to B star A, right? So now this is A star B, now it becomes B star A. So write down like this. So now our equation integral become, first h of t will come at this position. So now it become h of tau. And then x of t become delayed sequence. So x of t minus tau into d tau. So now tau varies between minus infinity to plus infinity. If both equations are equal or not. Okay, so how you will obtain this x of t star h of t? So listen, or now our system is h of t. Now you are applying the continuous time input signal to your system. Now our impulse response of the system, it processes your input signals. So it means x of t star h of t. which is equal to y of t. That is your output, that is equal to y of t. Now, here our system is x of t. Consider the system is x of t. Now, h of t is multiplied with your x of t. Okay, so which is equal to our output signals, that is y of t. Okay, so in the term here h of t as a system, here x of t is our system, right? This is the difference. Okay, now next slide. Wait a minute. Yeah, so now according to the commutative property, here is it. Okay, according to the commutative property, the output of continuous time LTI system with respect to input x of t and impulse response h of t, these both are identical to the output of continuous time LTI system with input h of t and impulse response x of t. Okay, so listen once again, I read the statement. The output of CT LTI system with respect to input and impulse response h of t, x of t star h of t, which is identical to the output of the LTI system with input h of t and x of t. It means x of t star h of t, which is equal to h of t star x of t. Okay, so this is what we call it as commutative property of LTI system. Okay, so now next slide. See, same property and same explanation only applicable for discrete time commutative property, but here the representation is only changed. There integration is used, but here summation. There we used x of t, but here x of n. There we used x of tau, here x of k. This is the difference. Otherwise, remaining and all same only. Look at the expression x of n star h of n. How you will obtain this x of n star h of n? Now in this portion, your h of n is your impulse response of the system. Okay, for that you apply the input signal x of n to the h of n. It produces output is y of n. So now y of n equal to x of n star h of n. Okay, how you will write the definition in terms of summation? So summation which is equal to x of n is coming become x of k, h of n become h of n minus k. So now here with respect to k, so I put here k which is equal to minus infinite to infinite. Okay, next to summation. So now x of n is your input of the system, system function. Impulse response is applying a input to your system. So now it become h of n star x of n equal to y of n. Okay, for this you write down summation, summation term. So summation which is equal to h of n comes here h of k, x of n will comes here x of n minus k. So now your equation become h of n star x of n. Okay, according to commutative property, the output of continuous time LTI system with respect to input x of t and impulse response h of t is identical to the output of the continuous time system of input h of t and impulse response x of t. Okay, similar way for discrete time also. Here the output of discrete time LTI system with respect to input x of n and impulse response h of n, which is identical to input h of n, impulse response x of n. Okay, both are identical. So this is what we call as commutative property. So next we move on to distributive property of LTI system. Okay, so here both convolution integral for continuous time LTI system and convolution sum for discrete time LTI are distributive. Okay, so distributive condition, you know that. See, a star b plus c, which is equal to a star b plus a star c. Isn't it? This is your distributive function. Okay, so here look at the expression y of t equal to x of t star. Your impulse response is split up into two terms, h1 of t plus h2 of t. So now what will happen, which is equal to x of t is multiplied with both impulse response. So x of t star h1 of t plus x of t star h2 of t. So it means here a star square bracket of b plus c. It can be represented as a star b plus a star c. This is the condition for distributive. Okay. Now let us see how it will come. See, define the system. H1 of t one system and H2 of t is other system. Now applying the input signal x of t is common for both impulse system H1 and H2. Now it produces the output is y1 of t. This system it produces the output is y of t. Now you combine these two output by using the adder. So now output of this adder is it become y of t. So this y of t which is equal to y1 of t plus y2 of t. So it's nothing but equal to x. Y1 of t is what? X of t star h1 of t. Y2 of t is x of t star h2 of t. Okay. Now you apply the system. Now x of t is applying to the summation of these two impulse response system, that is h1 of t plus h2 of t. You added here. So which is equal to y of t equal to, see, x of t is multiplied with both system. So x of t star h1 of t plus h2 of t. So how it can be reduce this expression? So x of t is multiplied with inside the term. So x of t star h1 of t plus x of t star h2 of t. So this is what we call as distributive properties. Okay. See, similarly for represented the same only, but some slight modification for discrete time LTS system. Okay, so for discrete time LTS system, y of n can be written as x of n star. Inside the bracket you have to write down h1 of n plus h2 of n, close the bracket here. Okay, next x of n is multiplied with h1 of n plus x of n is multiplied with h2 of n. This is equation number 1. How you will obtain this expression? See the diagram, block diagram. So h1 of n and h2 of n two system are connected like this. Given input is x of n is common for both input. Okay, so x of n is applying for this system h1 of n system, and x of n is also apply for h2 of n system. Now you combine these two output. Now you produce the output is y of n. Y of n is nothing but y1 of n plus y2 of n. Where y1 of n is x of n star h1 of n. Y2 of n is x of n star h2 of n. Okay, you add these two terms. Right. So now you take this x of n is outside, h1 of n plus h2 of n is inside the term. So how you will obtain this? Consider the system only for impulse response system. So here impulse response is h1, h2. You just add it together. So h1 of n plus h2 of n is combination of these two impulse responses act as a system now. For this system, you apply the input signal is x of n. Now this x of n is processing with your impulse response. So x of n star this whole term h1 of n plus h2 of n. Now these two equations are identical. So this is what we call as distributive property. So it means the parallel combination of LTS system that can be replaced by single LTS system, but whose impulse response is the sum of individual unit impulse response in parallel combination. We just noted out this point. Okay. Next we move on to associative property. So the third property is associative property. So associative property, how will get associative property? So it's already A star B whole bracket. So star C. So it can be represented as bracket only here changed. Listen, y of t equal to x of t star h1 of t star h2 of t. So here you put bracket. Okay. So which is equal to, now the bracket will be changed here. So for these two, first term, last two term will be put it on bracket. So which is equal to, the bracket will be put it at first two terms. Okay. So this is the difference. X of t star h1 of t star h2 of t. Now bracket will multiple term will be changed. Okay. Last two term here. Here the first two term here. Okay. See, both convolution integral for continuous time LTS system as well as convolution sum for discrete time LTS system are distributive. Okay, sorry, here this one is associative, not distributive. This one is associative. You change it here. So here for continuous time LTS system, associative property. Okay, here also you change it here, associative. Associative, right? LTI system is x of t star h1 of t star h2 of t. So you put it a bracket for only for impulse response. So second term is input signal along with the impulse response. We put it a bracket for input and along with one of the impulse response. Right. For discrete time LTI system, the associative property, same thing. Okay. Associative property. So here is given as x of n star h1 of n star h2 of n. Now you put it a bracket like for this x of n star multiplied with one impulse along with h2 of t. Okay. So how will you be attained? Look at this block diagram. So x of t is applying for input signal h1 of t. h1 of t, h2 of t is now connected in series combination. Okay. For distributive, your impulse system is connected in parallel combination. But in associative, your impulse response system is connected in series combination. Okay. So here h1 of t in say cascade with the h2 of t. Okay. So applying the input signal is x of t. You can get the output is y of t. So y of t is nothing but you multiply with these two terms, x of t star h1 of t. So you put it in a bracket and then it star h2 of t. First it multiply with your first system. Now the output is x of t star h1 of t here. Now this output will be multiplied with the h2 of t. So that is what I write down like this. Okay. Now second equation. So now second equation becomes, now this h1 and h2 now this is series combination. So you put here multiplication. So h1 star h2 of t. So I put it on the system h1 star h2 of t. Now applying the input is x of t. You can get the output is y of t. So output is y of t, which is equal to in response with your input signal x of t. So x of t is multiplied with star. So inside the bracket write down h1 of t star h2 of t. Now these both systems properties are identical. Okay. Whereas in distributive, you take parallel combination of h1 and h2, and then okay. But in distributive associative, take serial combination of impulse and response. This is the difference between both properties, associative and distributive properties. So this is for similar way for discrete time system also. See, h1 and h2 are taken in serial combination. Here h1 multiplied with the h2 of n, convolution operation. Okay, so impulse response of cascade. Cascade means what? Series combination. So series of two LTI system is the convolution of their individual impulse response. So that is the difference. Is the convolution of their individual impulse response. So look at this expression: convolution of integer individual impulse response. So h1 of n star h2 of n. Okay. So this is what associative property. Next, we move on to static LTI system and dynamic LTI system. Okay. So with memory and without memory, it means, okay, static means fixed one, isn't it? So it means there is no memory, without memory. So static systems are also called as memoryless system. So it means when the system is said to be static. So if the output at any time depends only on the value of input at the same time. Okay, it means your output is dependent upon only at the present input. That is what static. It doesn't depend upon the future or past value. Okay, because it is memoryless system. Here there is no fixed memory. So continuous time LTI system is memoryless system. If its unit impulse response is h of t is 0 for t not equal to 0. H of t is 0. When the impulse response is 0, your time period is not equal to 0, because impulse response become 1 only at t equal to 0 or only at n equal to 0. Okay, other than that, there is no signals, right? So here, this memoryless system is characterized by y of t equal to k into s of t. Here, k is constant term, and its impulse response is h of t equal to, now it become k into del of t. Okay, previously this is x of t become del of t. Similarly for discrete time, y of n equal to, now I put it out, k into s of n, t become n. Your corresponding impulse response is h of n equal to k into del of n. K into del of n. So here your output is depend only upon present input only, not depend upon past output. Okay. So when you see, look at this expression, and t equal to 1, when t equal to 1, h of 1 which is equal to k into del of 1. When t equal to 0, h of 0 which is equal to k into del of 0. Okay, yeah, so when you observe the output, your output is dependent upon only the present input, not past or future. Okay, so if the impulse response of discrete time system is not identically 0 or n not equal to 0, then the system is called dynamic system. Okay, if it is not satisfy this condition, it becomes dynamic system. Dynamic means what? Memory system. It means it obey the, or it depends upon past value or future value. Okay, next, invertibility of LTS system. So when the system is said to be invertibility, so if the system is said to be invertibility, it means if an inverse system exists which when cascaded, that is connected with the original system and it produces an output, it's equivalent to input of first system. Okay, that is invertibility. Okay, first this is consider this is system. When you apply the input to this system, we can get the output. Again, you connect it with one more system, we can get the this output is equal to first system output. That is what invertibility. That is means inverted. Okay, if an LTI system is invertible, then it is has LTI inverse, linear time invariant inverse. Okay, next we move on to look at this condition x of t. Consider two system h of t, h1 of t. So now you can get the one output here. Now this output is multiplied with your input applied to your second system. Now we can get the y of t. See x of t which is equal to now h of t star h1 of t. Take conversion operation of these two systems. It's nothing but impulse response. So del of t. So entire system is del of t. You can write like this also. So y of t. So continuous time LTI system with impulse response h of t and its inverse system with impulse response h1 of t. Okay, h of t is actual impulse response. h1 is inverse with the impulse response, which results in an output is equal to x of t output. So both are equal only. Okay, so cascaded interconnection. So because the output is equivalent to first input as the meaning. That is the meaning. Okay, cascade interconnection of this continuous time LTI system with inverse system is identity system. Okay, identity system. Next thing is stability. So stability, if the system is stable, said to be stable. So if the system, it depends upon BIBO concept, BIBO. It means bounded input, bounded output. If it is obey these properties, we call it a system stability. Otherwise, instability. Okay, not stability. So an LTI system is BIBO if and only if the impulse response is absolutely summable. This is the definition for BIBO. So absolutely summable means here see that this is a condition. Summation x of k, h of k less than infinite. So within the limit, your input is also within the limit, bounded input. Your output is also you can get bounded output. So it means known input, known output. Okay. So let's write the output a system can be represented as y of n equal to the conversion formula summation k equal to minus infinity to h of k x of n minus k. This is the definition of convolution. Less than or equal to conversion of input signals x h of k x of n minus k. Okay, if the input is bounded means x of n less than or equal to bx within the limit. So less than or equal to bx. If the output is bounded means y of n less than or equal to bx along with the summation, that is impulse response, summation of the impulse response. So the output is bounded if the absolute sum is finite value. Okay, absolute sum is finite value. We satisfy this condition, we call it as stability. Okay, see, look at the next slide. Sufficient and necessary condition of stability of discrete time LTI system is given by, so this is the condition. So S equal to summation h of k modulus of h of k less than infinite. It is absolutely summable term. Okay, for continuous time LTI system, the system is BIBO stable. The impulse response x of t is absolutely integrable. This is for continuous time. So this is for absolutable summable means discrete time. BIBO stable of discrete time. Absolutely integral means BIBO stable of continuous time LTI system. See, this is the difference. S equal to tau, this becomes integration for tau equal to minus infinite to infinite, h of tau, d tau less than infinite. Okay. Next, we move on to next slide. So this is the difference. Okay, BIBO concept and for both continuous time as well as discrete time. So next property is causality property. Okay. Causality property means, so a country step LTS system is said to be called causal if and only if satisfies this condition. H of t equal to 0 for t less than 0. So when it has the value only for t greater than 0. It means it doesn't depend upon your output, it doesn't depend upon your past value. It depends upon present as well as future. Okay, t greater than or equal to 0. If it satisfies this condition, this system is called as causal system. That is causality. So look at this condition, h of t equal to 0 for t less than 0. Otherwise, we can have the value. Okay, for causal continuous LTS system, convolution integral is given by y of t equal to x of t star h of t. Okay, so the definite continuous time, no, so integral part, you have to take the integral part of t equal to minus infinity to tau, x of tau, h of t minus tau into tau. This is a convolution integral of for continuous time LTS system. So now you have to take the interchange these two property, x of t star h of t. So now it become h of t become h of tau, x of t is x of t minus tau. Okay, now your equation become this for continuous time. Now discrete time notation only changed. Here h of n equal to 0 for n less than 0. If it satisfies this condition, then the given system is said to be causal system. Okay, now write down the convolution sum. Okay, y of n equal to x of n star h of n. So summation k equal to minus infinity infinite x of k. So now this x of n become x of k. H of n is h of n minus k. So second term. So now the summation k equal to 0 to infinite. Okay, h of n is actual sequence h of k. X of n will become x of n minus k into dk. Okay, these two properties are identical. So last property is unit step response of an LTI system. Unit step. So unit step means it defines the value only for a t greater than or equal to 0 or n greater than or equal to 0. Okay, that is what we call it as unit step. So unit step response is a system either continuous time or discrete time for input signals is equal to unit step function or unit step sequence. Okay, so here consider the continuous time LTS system for h of t. So now we apply the input signals x of t. So x of t which is equal to unit step signals or unit step function. We apply the input is unit step function. So now we can get the output is y of t which is equal to g of t. Similarly for discrete time also. So notation is only changed. See, unit step response of LTS system is determined by convolution integral of u of t with h of t. Okay, so now g of t which is equal to u of t convolution with h of t. U of t convolution with h of t. Identity property is h of t star u of t. Interchange it. So now integral become h of tau, first h of tau, then u of t minus tau. So which is equal to h of tau into d tau. Why? What about this u of t minus tau into d tau? Because it is 0. It is one value. Okay, it means our step signals start from a t equal to tau. Okay, u of t minus tau because shifting property. Similarly for unit step response of discrete time system. So u of n star h of n. So here u of n star h of n. So now it become summation integral, summation term. So h of n so this is here not t, here it become n. Okay, so now h of n become h of k, u of n is u of n minus k. So now you can get the h of k because unit step function is 1 here. Okay, it's multiplied with the h of k. Now k become minus infinite to plus n. Okay, finite sequence. Infinite to finite. So summary of this video. So first we have discussed about the previous video we have discussed about introduction to LTI system, different types of LTI system. Okay, now in this class we have discussed about different types of different properties of LTI system. Okay. So I refer this books, that is already I told you for signal system. Okay, you should follow this textbook. It is very useful for you. Alan B. Opodium, S. Wilski, and S.H. Nawab for signals and a system. Okay, for your reference, if you want to refer more and more, then you go to other books. Okay, and also I will give some website for you. It's also useful to learn about signals and system. Okay, just note it on this website and you go through this link. Okay, you can acquire more and more knowledge about this concept. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.